So very similar entry type. We're going to stand in the same pose, similar things. The difference this time is instead of my feet reaching to the mid-thigh, I'm going to go for the lower to middle of the back with my toes. Okay? So again, securing the hands around the ankles and
Then
reaching up.
I'll clip my hands around the ankle of the base.
So we're going to go for the mid to low back, and as soon as Astrid feels this contact, she can
I
explain.
lean back and put my weight towards the feet by bending my knees a little bit more.
Nice. So I receive this here by bending my knees as well. I'm also going to do the same thing we did in the chair of sending my feet a little bit away from me and then extending and pressing up. Okay?
As he extending the legs and the arms, I start to engaging the whole body here. Then I let go of the hands I have on the ankles and I interlace the fingers, support my own head.
Nice. This is one of the few exception poses in Acro Yoga where we don't find the stack position of the hips over the hips or the kind of straight line of the feet, bases feet above the hips, and the arms are slightly over the head as well. The reason for this is we want to find the most comfortable position here, and the most comfortable is having 50% of the weight in the arms and 50% in the feet. If I'm stacked with my feet, there's a lot of weight now falling over my head on my arms, which is very difficult. And if I'm stacked with my arms,
Oh, that's so
it's
scary for the flyer too.
it's scary and it's falling away. It's very difficult. So we find a nice, comfortable kind of position in the middle of the two.
Another option that we can do as a flyer, I can stag one of my leg and tracing my inner legs on the other side and keeping my knee centered or more into the center of gravity.
When this happens as a base, I just let her hand drift out of mine, let her foot drift out of my hand. I can double up the hands or I can just stay on one if I like, whatever feels comfortable.
Slowly, I extend back. To come down, I place my hands back into the ankle.
I bend the knees, guide her feet down next to my ears one more time, and then help push her back up to standing.
Chin towards the chest and slowly stand back up.
Nice. As Brent was indicating just then, this makes for a very nice picture actually, high flying well. It's one of those very photogenic acro poses. Okay, some of the spotting.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as with most poses for the spotting, we're going to be watching the hips one more time of the flyer. This time I want to be facing away or facing towards the flyer's front and facing in this direction. This way I can help secure around the hips, and also I can even bring one hand under the back or the chest here to help support. Nice.
Yes, please. Ooh, that's nice.
So there's an adjustment going on here with the toes. We'll explain that in a second. So keeping the focus on the spotting for now, we want to have this one hand around the far side. In case, if again, they fall in this direction, my hand is here to secure. If I'm one hand on this side and one hand under here, I don't have the ability, or maybe I won't be fast enough to get round to make sure they stay safe. This other hand can also help support under here if there's a lot of back bend, anything like that. Okay?
Okay. Less toes.
And then coming down. On the down, I can also help lift and support the back of the flyer to make sure it's less intense on their back bend. Very nice. Okay, so let's switch it around and we'll explain in the demo what's happening with the toes there in the back bend. Minty, you want to fly? Okay, Brent, you can.
This.
Okay. Okay, so if Brent does the spotting,
Can you squat a little bit for me?
because of the height difference, Astri's asking Minty to just bend the
Lean
knees
back.
a little bit first. Yep, leaning back. Standing up, very nice. You can bring the hands behind your neck.
Are you feeling Minty?
Okay, so here what we were talking about earlier with the toes, essentially the base here can point their toes more to cause more back bend. Is that comfortable? And then they can flex the toes, the feet more down towards them to reduce the amount of back bend. So depending on your flyer and their back bend kind of comfortability, you should communicate and discuss what you like. And this is also where the spotter comes in as another role. If they can't quite talk to each other very effectively because they can't see each other here, maybe the spotter can communicate for them. So Brent's talking between the two of them. Nice.
So another point for flyers here is tendency the legs are wide apart. Bring the legs together. That will give a lot of stability for the base to support you.
Okay, coming down.
Done.
You can help lift under the back. Yes, very nice. Good job. A little note for the basing there, just to make it more comfortable on the down. If you guide their feet next to your ears rather than further over the head, it's more comfortable and easier for you to stand out of the pose. Okay. Up to you. Yeah, sure. Do the other direction. Minty gonna base. No problem. Minty can base. You can fly.
Can you spot again?
Yep. So just a note again, because guys tend to be a little bit top heavier, I would advise maybe a little bit reaching the toes a little bit higher than the lower back for Brent's position. But let's see. Yeah. Even higher if you can. You can bring your hips off the ground slightly to reach. Yeah. There we go. And then bend your knees to receive his weight once he leans back onto your feet. Yes.
Yes,
there.
that's it.
And now bend and receive, and then press and extend away from you. Rather than up to the sky, bring your feet away from you. How does that feel? You can bring the hands behind your head. He likes it.
Lock the legs, Minty.
So find your comfortable position as a bait. You're okay? Yeah. That's why we spot. So instability. So I'm doing a bit of hot potatoing here. I'm giving them a moment to feel the balance. And then if it's too much going one way or another, I'm grabbing and supporting.
Legs
Feel okay?
together, Brent. That will help Minty.
Again.
Extend your arm, Minty. Yes.
Find that nice 50-50 balance in the arms and the legs. Do you feel that? Yeah? Nice. I think she's found her comfortable position. Good.
Yay!
So they were just talking about the toes and the heel and just saying it's exactly where it should be. Okay, let's come back down. I'm going to support under Brent. Guide the feet near to the ears. Yeah. So the closer you bring his feet to your ears, that's for both ears, the easier he can stand up. Nice. Good job. Really good.
Good job.